Yeah, I was talking to him a little bit earlier this morning via Skype. We recorded that one because he's in Washington, D.C. Interesting views that he brought to the fore around the water crisis as it's now known here in South Africa. Yes, the drought has begun to really take hold of the country's most precious resource, water shortages. We've seen the negative effects on agriculture, wildlife, schools, hospital and business. But a South African-based company say they have the solution. Water from Air has created a mobile machine that sucks in air on the one side, cools it down, and then uses the condensation to create filtered mineralized water. Now, to tell us more about this is the founder of Water from Air, Ray de Vries. Ray is with us here. Very good morning to you, Ray.
Morning, how's it?
Very good today, but a little bit dry.
Absolutely.
Before we talk about the machine, I mean, you've been on the show before and we've spoken at length about this wonderful this wonderful innovation you have. You've now, with the machine, been traveling around the country a little bit and you've sort of been at the cold face of this water crisis a little bit. So just tell me, what have you seen and what are people saying?
First of all, thanks for being on the show. But first of all, it's not a crisis. It's not a crisis. It's nowhere near a crisis. It's a catastrophe. And it's happening right now, right under our noses. And we've got to hit a major wake-up. As I came into the studio now, Brixton Tower's got no water. Melville's having water shedding. The whole of the South Coast is off for saltwater. The whole of the North Coast is off. And we're twiddling our thumbs how we're going to water our gardens or fill the swimming pool. It's a life and death situation, and it's not overdoing it. It is.
Now, for those that don't, let's talk about Water from Air quickly, because you say that you've got a solution. Tell us how the mobile water creating machine that you've built, how does it work?
Okay, they're static and they're mobile. Right from, you can have one in your home, a 32 litre up to 32 litre. And we're selling about 20 or 30 of those a day going around South Africa. That's how serious the crisis is at the moment.
Yeah.
And that goes up to 1,500 litres per 24 hours. The 1,500 litres per 24 hours comes static or mobile. And you literally plug it in, it sucks in the air, cools the air down. The condensation goes into an ultraviolet environment, no chemicals or chlorine, goes through filtration, remineralized, press button, drinking yesterday's humidity. That's how simple it is. 1,000 of those machines would have enough water for 1 million South Africans. And we can be up and running, we're up and running anyway, but we can enlarge our facilities to within 5 to 6 months from now to make sure that happens. And we better do something quickly.
One never wants to profit from misery or other people's misfortune, but business must have expanded quite a bit in the last month or so on the back of this water crisis. Yeah, you see the Water from Air solution, but tell us about the expansion that you're going through a little bit now.
The expansion, thank goodness we've got people that are helping us that have done sort of growth in the vertical, and that's what we've got now. We've got a 5,000 square meter factory. It's going up to 72,000 square meters. We've got that facility available. We've got the people available. We've got 300 jobs that we'll create right now. That's directly. Another about 600 jobs that we'll create in a category that's not there. This is not a business that we're stealing from somebody else. So we're not robbing Peter to pay Paul, as it were.
Yeah. So you're not taking out of the existing water network. It's complementing completely to it, and it's almost an infinite resource, isn't it?
Absolutely. Some people ask, and it's a very good question, does it dry the air out so there won't be rain? The hydrological cycle is basically the water comes in and the water goes out, goes back into the atmosphere. All we're doing is making rain while the sun shines.
Now, how big can you go with this? We see in agriculture the farmers are really at the effect of this. Can you make the machine even to a bigger scale? Do you have plans to increase the scale of it, and do you think it could solve the problems of some farmers?
Yes, it can solve the problems without a doubt, and it is. This is not a concept. We're in process. We're doing it all day, every day. And it's quite frustrating to be sending machines out of the country. We've got one on its way to Hanover right now, to the agriculture show in Europe. Guys are buying there. Government needs to step in here in South Africa. We need to be selling to our brothers and sisters in South Africa. And when I say that, I don't say that loosely or from some cheap sales.
You're talking about the rest of the continent?
Yeah, the rest of the continent. You know, every litre of water that we have from the air, there's a litre of water that's left in the water resources for South Africans, poor South Africans that can't afford a machine like this. You know, an entry-level machine is 25,000 Rand excluding VAT. We're now delivering them within 72 hours anywhere in the country. But that doesn't help the guy that's living on the bread line that's out there looking for 1 cup of water today.
That 25,000 Rand machine that you're talking about, how much water can it make per day?
That's up to 32 litres per day. We've adapted that. Your humidity here today is 10%, which is hectically low.
Yeah.
I was listening to Melita earlier from Greenpeace, and she was talking about the average temperature. The temperature is 10 degrees above what it normally is now.
Yeah.
The humidity fell dramatically, and then it shoots up to 90% all of a sudden here. So it's not at all, it's not sustainable up here. So we have a solution for that where we can tap water into the machine, and it goes through exactly the same filtration and sanitization process as does the water from air. So that is to supplement when the humidity is low.
Yeah.
You know, when you're dealing with water, we're dealing with now. We can't put the water off till the day after tomorrow. It's sustainable and it's pure. And Dr. Turton was talking, or Professor Turton was talking there about the purity of water, and he's absolutely 100% on the money.
Yeah.
The purity of the water that we have got is shocking. We've got a solution for that, and we're doing it.
Well, bro, it's a fantastic solution. It's a South African product, and long may it continue. Fantastic work. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
That's Ray de Vries. He's the founder of Water from Air. It's a fantastic, there you actually see it behind me, a mobile water making solution. Well, the Gauteng and City of Joburg officials are working with aid organizations to now assist the 300 displaced families at the Msa informal settlement. Yesterday, fire destroyed shacks which were built near Kaya Sands, north of Johannesburg. Here you see some of the remnants of what was a devastating